In studying the effects of human influence on the environment, we, the 7th graders at Weston Secondary School, are looking at the effects of CO2 and the acidification of the ocean. Ocean acidification is a pH increase and decrease in water throughout time. The average pH today is 8.2, which is a 25% increase over the past 2 centuries, and neutral pH is 7. Many scientists believe that this dramatic increase comes from CO2 emissions being absorbed by the ocean.
Scientists from the Smithsonian Museum say that CO2 is naturally in the air. Plants need it to grow. Animals exhale it when they breathe. But humans are creating more CO2 than our atmosphere can handle. Fossil fuels releases CO2 in the air, and the heat from our sun creates a CO2 blanket around our planet. The more CO2 in the air, the more CO2 in the water, which means a higher pH balance.
How do we study ocean acidification? Geologists study the potential effects of acidification by digging into ice cores. They study air bubbles within the ice core and can study past temperatures as far back as 65 million years ago.
Ocean acidification will affect humans as well as animals and plants. It will affect the food we eat since most of our shellfish requires calcium carbonate to form or to fortify their shells. Many of the fish we eat are also dependent on shelled animals for their food source, so their entire food chain is in jeopardy.
Studying ocean acidification, which is the process by which carbon dioxide is getting into the seas from the atmosphere, forming a weak acid and making the oceans more acidic.
Ocean acidification has increased over time, but what will happen if it doesn't stop? Graphs show that if we keep polluting, the entire marine ecosystem will be destroyed. The increased pH in the ocean will continue to melt glaciers and destroy coral reefs.
West plans to do our part. We are working with our administration to have a West Planting Day. We want to create a space near our school to plant grass, plants, and greenery, which will naturally filter CO2. We hope our influence inspires you to participate. This spring, plant something green to help reverse ocean acidification.